I'm Darryl Palmer, voice of the Cougars. I'm here with Northwest Rankin High School girls basketball coach Shay Jackson. Coach Jackson, first off, welcome to Northwest Rankin.
Thank you.
I know that you're excited, probably a little bit anxious coming into this season. First year as your head coach here at Northwest Rankin. Tell me first about your background. Where have you been? What have you been doing?
This is my 23rd year of coaching. I have been at Lanier High School, Madison Central High School, Raymond High School, Morton High School, and now I find myself here at Northwest Rankin.
Hopefully this is where you're going to stay for a long time.
This will do it.
This will do it.
My last
23 years, that's a long time. You're too young to have been in coaching that long. You started at a very young age.
We'll
go with that.
We'll go with that.
Coach, talk to me a little bit about basketball first, as far as the philosophy, some of the things that you like to focus on as a team. You're coming in as a brand new head coach to a program that's been here, won a state championship a few years ago. Talk to me, though, about your philosophy of coaching.
My philosophy of coaching is that you got to get the kids to buy in. The girls that we have at Northwest Rankin, they're hungry. They have bought in. They are 110% in practice. We're a high energy. I'm a high energy coach. I want to press. I want to push the button. I want to play 32 minutes baseline to baseline. That's my philosophy and how I want to go at it. You know, sometimes your clientele may not allow you to do that, but we're going to make those adjustments as we see fit as the game goes on. But as far as, you know, I want to be in your face, and you're going to know that we're going to make a presence on that court.
With that style of basketball, obviously one of the key things, and I'm sure something you're working on right now, is conditioning.
Right.
Because you can't play 32 minutes baseline to baseline without some girls in really, really good shape.
That's true. This last 2 weeks, we've been doing a little boot camp, is what we've called it. Some people may call it something else, but we call it boot camp. And anyway, it's like CrossFit exploded. And we'll hit the track today. Next week, we'll begin 3 days of fundamentals and 2 days of hitting the track and running and getting in shape for that court. But definitely, you got to be high octane to make that happen the way we want to play.
With that, as I'm imagining too, you can't do that with 5 girls on the court. You've got to be able to have at least 7, 8, if not 9, that can go pretty much any time to be able to keep that type of intensity and pressure. When you look at your girls right now, I know it's early in the season. You hadn't seen a lot of court time probably, but what are you looking at with these girls? Do you have the talent to be able to do that?
With the girls right now, what we want to do is just make sure that everybody knows that they're important on the team, and we are trying to get to that point where you can use multi-players to get in, because like you say, you know, you're not going to last as long. We want you to go as hard as you can, but when it's time to come out, give me a little thing, let's get somebody in. We're about 8 deep right now. We hope to be more than that with getting some fundamentals in there. We've got some freshmen that moved up as sophomores, and they're a little green around the edges, but I really think as much as and hard as they're pushing it, that it's going to be good for us. Our 9th grade group, top notch. Y'all better look out for that group because they're coming. But we've got a good, strong base, a nucleus that we can work around, and if everybody knows their role, then I think we're going to do just fine.
Coach, one of the things I've seen over the years in athletics, a coach can pour all you've got into something, but if you don't have a few key players on your team that will be leaders on the court, leaders in the locker room, leaders on the bus, leaders in the hallways at the school, you really don't have the team that you want. Do you have those girls already identified that have raised themselves up to be that leaders of your team?
Right now we've got about 2 or 3 that are stepping up. I think Maya Jones, I think Olivia is going to be one that we can use. They are very vocal. A lot of players tend to lead by example, but they're not very vocal, and that's what we're trying to change on the court as well, is to get some girls to step up and use their vocal cords to lead the team or to make something happen. Basketball is just, you know, it takes everything, and that is a